Hey there, ever read something and just thought, wow, that flows so well? Well, what separates good writing from truly great writing isn't always the big ideas. It's how you put the words together. Today, we're going to look at the architecture, the building blocks of really powerful sentences.
So, be honest, does your writing sometimes feel a little stop and go? Like you're hitting every red light instead of just cruising? If that sounds familiar, you are in exactly the right place. We are going to shift gears and get your writing moving smoothly.
Just look at the difference here. On the left, we've got the bell rang, Marlon ran, Tara biked. Okay, they're facts, but it's kind of clunky, right? Now look to the right. When the bell rang, Marlon ran the first part of the race and Tara biked the second part. See that? We went from a simple list to a full-on story in one sentence. That is the power we're going to tap into today.
So, how do we start building sentences that pack that kind of punch? Well, we're going to start by adding a fantastic new tool to our writing toolkit. It's called the complex sentence. Now, I know, complex sentence sounds a little intimidating, but trust me, the idea is super simple. Think of it like a kite. The main part of the sentence, the independent clause, is the kite itself. It can fly all on its own. The other part, the dependent clause, is like the tail. It adds some flair, some direction, but it can't fly without the kite. Let's break that down even more. You've got your main idea, the part that can stand alone, that's your kite. Then you've got this extra bit of information that can, that's the tail. And these two pieces are held together by a very special kind of string.
And these are the magic words that make it all happen. They're called subordinating conjunctions. Think of them as the glue or the connector that attaches those extra details to your main idea. Words like because, while, since, although, these are going to be your new best friends.
Let's see one in the wild. Bob is popular. See, that's a complete thought. It could be its own sentence. That's our independent clause, our kite. But the second part, even though he is ugly, that can't stand alone, can it? It leaves you hanging. That's the tail. And the magic word, even though, is the glue holding them together. And here's the really cool part. You can flip it. If you want to change the emphasis or maybe build a little suspense, you can start with that dependent clause. Even though Bob is ugly, he is popular. It works perfectly. The only thing you have to remember is when you start with that dependent part, you need to put a comma after it, right before the main idea begins. All right, so you've got the complex sense down. You're feeling good. Ready to level up? Let's take what we just learned and combine it with another structure to build something even more powerful, the compound complex sentence. Okay, this one is the heavyweight champion of sentence structures. You're taking two or even more main ideas and you're adding at least one of those dependent tail clauses for extra detail. It's kind of like the ultimate move in your writing arsenal. Now, the key here is that you're using two different kinds of connectors. Think of it like building with Legos. You've got one kind of connector, those subordinating conjunctions we just talked about, to attach the extra details. And then you're using another kind to link your main Lego bricks together into a much bigger, cooler structure. Okay, let's see this beast in action. Since we wanted to have fun, there's our setup, our dependent clause. It tells us why something happened. Then we get two main events. First, my friends and I went to San Juan yesterday, and second, we danced all night. Those two complete ideas are linked by the word and. See how all those pieces come together to tell a much richer, more detailed story?
Okay, that's enough theory for now. I think it's time we put your new skills to the test. Let's see if you can spot these different sentence types out in the wild. You ready?
All right, here's your first challenge. He stands at the bottom of the cliff while the climber moves up the rock. What do you think? Take a second, break it down into its parts.
And the answer is complex. If you got that, awesome. He stands at the bottom of the cliff is our main idea. It can stand alone. And while the climber moves up the rock is that extra detail, that dependent clause that can't. Okay, round two. How about this one? I planned to go to the hockey game, but I couldn't get tickets. What's your call here?
That one is a compound sentence. We have two complete thoughts here. I planned to go to the hockey game could be a sentence, and I couldn't get tickets could also be a sentence. They're joined together by that little word buck.
Okay, last one. And this one might be a little tricky, so take your time with it. Naoki passed the test because he studied hard and understood the material. Break it down. What do we got? And the answer is complex. Did that one get you? It looks kind of complicated, right? But if you look closely, there's only one independent clause. Naoki passed the test. The entire rest of the sentence,
because he studied hard and understood the material, is just one big dependent clause that tells us why he passed.
You did it! You just analyzed some pretty sophisticated sentences. And you know, these aren't just boring grammar rules. They are the secret weapons that pro writers use every single day. And now, they're in your toolkit.
So here it is, your complete writing toolkit. You've got simple, compound, complex, and the big one, compound complex. And you know, the real secret isn't just knowing what they are, it's knowing when to use each one. Sometimes a short, punchy, simple sentence is exactly what you need. It's all about choosing the right tool for the right job. Because ultimately, this is about so much more than grammar. It's about music. It's about creating a rhythm and a flow in your writing that pulls the reader in and keeps them hooked from the first word to the last.
So now you have the blueprint. You have the tools. The only question left is, what are you going to build? Go find something you've written and see where you can level it up. Go create something amazing.